Hi, this is Deanne from Pearson. Welcome to the enVisionMATHS online tutorials. In this tutorial, we will provide you with a clear guide to follow when teaching an enVisionMATHS lesson. As there are some differences between components for Years Foundation to 2 and 3 to 6, we will present the lesson separately. You will see, however, that the teaching sequence is very similar. One suggestion is that when you are first introducing enVisionMATHS to your students, take time to model how each component works. The components have different purposes, so it is essential that students have some time to understand how to use them. And don't forget, the teaching sequence is a suggestion. You should feel free to modify it to suit your students and teaching. After completing some details in the planning document found on the Teacher Resource DVD and choosing a topic and lesson to teach, it's time to get started. Find the appropriate Teacher Resource booklet and familiarise yourself with its contents. Choose the resources you will need from components such as the activity zone and the assessment tools. I am going to focus on Lesson 8.4 in Year 1, Understanding Comparison Stories, so I'm looking at the Teacher Resource booklet for Year 1, Topic 8. Introduce the topic using the topic engagement links found on page 6 of the Teacher Resource booklet. These consist of a range of activities, games, songs, rhymes, and books that engage students with the topic and help connect maths concepts to real-life contexts. Note that as we're looking at Lesson 4 in this topic, I may well have introduced the topic earlier. The focus of assessment in enVisionMATHS is both formative and summative. Therefore, at this point, we suggest that you use the associated pre-assessment as a tool to determine student knowledge in this particular area of mathematics. For Years Foundation to 2, you may also choose to administer the interview assessment to determine students' ability to apply reasoning to maths questions and problem-solving tasks. The results from this assessment will guide and support teachers in customising instruction and formulating individual or group learning action plans. Results and observations can be recorded on the formats provided in the planning document section on the Teacher Resource DVD. Work out your groups and the resources they will use. Note that a lesson using the suggested teaching sequence would generally take at least 2 hour-long maths sessions to complete. Familiarise yourself with the notes provided in the lesson section of the Teacher Resource booklet for the lesson you are teaching. On the left side of each lesson page, you will find a copy of the associated visual learning bridge, which can be accessed from the interactive whiteboard DVD. This provides you with a quick reference point and offers teacher questions to help support student learning. Below this, you will find the topic focus and quick and easy lesson overview for this lesson. Start each lesson by setting the purpose and developing the maths concept by making connections to the student's previous learning. Encourage students to share their thinking and make connections using words, pictures, or digital or concrete manipulatives. Next, watch the visual learning animation on the interactive whiteboard DVD to engage students and deepen their maths understanding. While teaching with the animations, stop after certain frames and take time to discuss the mathematics, visual images, and connections being made. Encourage students to ask and answer peer questions. Look at the associated visual learning bridge on the interactive whiteboard DVD. Take time to further explore and reinforce students' maths understanding using the questions provided in the Teacher Resource book. Continue to explore the maths concept with your students using the whole class teaching focus activity provided. You may choose to make use of tools for maths at this point to demonstrate an understanding or particular question. For students having difficulty understanding particular maths concepts, or those requiring more challenging activities, error intervention and extension activities and prompts are provided to support individual student needs. Students can then work independently or in small groups or within a guided teacher group to complete the associated page in their activity book. You will see that the student activity book pages are not full of practice questions. Rather, the instructional design of enVisionMATHS has students apply what they know in response to a group of carefully written questions, with plenty of space to show their thinking. The page always ends with problem solving. Answers are provided in the teacher resource booklet. Expanded answers to the problem-solving questions are provided on page 7 of the teacher resource booklet. At this point, you could organise your students to work in like ability or mixed ability groups to revisit, practice or extend their learning. One group could work with you on a guided activity, revisiting the visual learning animation, teaching focus activity or student activity book page. Groups could work on activity zone cards, including the digital card using Tools for Maths. In Foundation to 2, cards are in multiples of 4, so you could have 4 groups working on the same activity, or each group could work on something different. There is a Red Games card for every lesson, 2 to 5 investigation cards per topic, and 1 digital card per topic. As part of your planning, you will need to choose which lessons to use the various cards in, as only the games cards are directly linked to certain lessons, while others are topic linked. Students record their activity zone learning in their maths thinking skills books. You could also have a group completing a specific replay, practice or challenge differentiated worksheet. These worksheets could also be used for homework. There are 3 worksheets for every lesson. Use the reflection questions provided in the teacher resource book to gain some insight into your students' maths learning. Encourage your students to think aloud and share math strategies, processes and understandings used throughout the lesson. Discuss areas of expertise as well as challenges. Students then have the opportunity to record their reflections in their maths thinking skills book or present examples of their new learning using Tools for Maths, which is also found on the interactive whiteboard DVD. During each lesson, take time to work with small groups and individuals to gauge how students are going with each new maths concept. Take time to record anecdotal notes, including capabilities, challenges and goals. Use the planning formats provided for assessment from the Teacher Resource DVD. After completing each maths concept, have students complete the associated post-assessment task. This consists of multiple choice, short answer and problem-solving questions and will provide the teacher with information about a student's achievement on a particular topic.